Am I snacking beforehand? Am I going on live beforehand? Absolutely. If you're wondering what dinner is, it's chili. But my other two halves, my husband and my daughter are out coon hunting. They just left maybe 20 minutes ago. They're not going to be in until way later. Cooking the chili down, but I just don't like eating without them, so I'm snacking. So that includes Ritz crackers and tuna salad that I just made with some homemade pickles from the cucumbers in the garden, and a not so good for you L8. Hey Eric, how are you? I'm eating. I hope y'all don't care that I'm eating while I'm live. And I'm stirring my chili, so just hold on. Nobody likes burnt chili. Are you too? I figured I'd go live because nobody's here. And here's the thing. I'm going live because nobody's here. And the options were, no sir, go lay down. The options were work on and edit a video, which I should be doing, but I didn't want to do. Go live, watch a Christmas movie, or start a new series. A new series on Netflix. So here we are. Eating, snacking, tuna and Ritz crackers, and going live. Mostly because I just don't want to work. And watching a Christmas movie sounded lazy. And also, I don't like watching a Christmas movie without my mini-me. So, you know, decisions. The tangled web we weave. Do you mean like white chick? Like white chick from like the 2000s white chick? Like the movie White Chick? I remember when that came out. I remember watching it. Probably, did they have it? I'm trying to think if it would have been on DVD or cable TV. I don't think they had it on, I think we were past VHR, I said that right. VHS. Let me see. Thank you, Eric. As people are popping on, I ask y'all to be respectful. In the comments, I don't really care if you stick around. If you're gonna be rude, I'm a 2 strikes, you're out gal. You get the first one, you get the second one after that, that's it. You don't get a third one. So if you're not gonna be respectful, if you're gonna be rude, if you're gonna be just a total butthead, then, you know, don't bother. I don't get offended very easy. But this is a family channel, so let's keep it family related. If you're just popping on though and you're friendly, we're talking about all the things that I could have done today that I'm not doing. It's Sunday, and I don't know, Sundays I feel lazy, and I guess that's okay. I'm also eating. What's your all's favorite late night snack? I don't know. What's your all's favorite late night snack? I love chocolate. Anything to do with chocolate. Anything to do with peanut butter. If I can slap peanut butter on it, it's my favorite ice cream. Why did I know you were going to say ice cream? I knew it like in my bones, Eric. I knew you were going to say ice cream. I'm being so messy. People are probably disgusted. I don't know if I have a favorite snack. My favorite late night thing to do is to drink this. It's absolutely horrible for you. I got addicted to them years ago, and I would have to have one every night before I went to bed. And here's the thing with me is I don't have an addictive personality at all. Like, and that's probably why I don't have like a favorite late night snack, because I don't get like attached to things very easily. Not attached into a way that like it becomes an addiction. And so I know a lot of people, or at least I know a lot of people, Andy will eat something and it will be good to him, and that will be his personality. For months, it'll be his personality. And he has to have it. Like, when I was pregnant, it was Jolly Ranchers. And so he got addicted to Jolly Ranchers, and he had to have Jolly Ranchers every night. Well, that leaked into Jolly Rancher popsicles, and he had to have them every night. Well, then after I had Lakin, it was those pretzels. It was the hot pretzels, the little chunks, the hot pretzels. And he got addicted to those. But I don't get addicted to food. I get addicted to drinks. So L8, addicted. I can get addicted to it very quickly. And so I try to pace myself drinking these. And it's not alcohol. A lot of people assume that it is alcohol. It is indeed a soft drink. But boy, it becomes addictive to me really quickly. Dr. Pepper is another thing that I can, mine is oh my gosh, I can get addicted to jalapeno poppers. I love jalapeno poppers. When you were pregnant, yeah. Oh, ain't nothing hit as good as just moonshine. Are you talking about my drink? You like the Christmas trees? Ew. Mm-mm. I ate the whole thing in 2 days. Moonshine, are you saying that your late night snack is moonshine? Are you asking me if my drink is moonshine? What are you saying, Art? It's always the things that are unhealthy for you. Like, if it's unhealthy, that's what's good. Why is it like that? Why are we self-destruct. Hi, Misty. Another thing, we're talking about our favorite late night snacks. What is your favorite late night snacks? Oh, I was talking about my addiction to L8s and how I have to pace myself. And people that are not from Kentucky automatically assume, since it says ale, that it's alcohol. But it is not. They actually come in, like, besides the can, they actually, oh, chips. When I was a kid, my dad would eat the Lay's, just plain Lay's potato chips, and a glass of milk. And when I say glass of milk, he would drink like a pint of milk every single night with Lay's potato chips. And you know what? Like, I love chips. And I don't know if it's just where they were his favorite, but if I was to pick, like, my favorite potato chip, it would have to be the Lay's, like, original potato chip. Just the original, just the thin little chip. Me and my husband were talking about chips when we were growing up. What chips do you all remember from your area? Because I know it changes, like, from place to place. But, like, the potato chips that were really popular in Kentucky back in, like, the 80s and the 90s was those Munchies. I think they're called Munchies. They come in a red bag. Ooh, I hated them. And Grippos. Grippos are still really, really popular here. A lot of people know us for Grippos. Like, Grippos and L8's like our thing. Talkies. That was your favorite. That was the chip of your childhood. Everybody says Grippos, but Grippos are actually from Ohio. They're not even made here. But they're not, Kentucky's known for Grippos, L8, bourbon, moonshine, horses. But yeah, it's totally, Dr. Pepper is your drink. I love Dr. Pepper. I love it. And I can get addicted to Dr. Pepper. Food, I don't get addicted to food. I'm addicted to drinks. And the reason why I'm snacking right now is because I went like the entire day with drinking like a cappuccino when I left the house this morning. And a fried egg. And that's all I've had up until this right here. I grabbed a couple Cheez-Its. Andy and Lakin went coon hunting tonight. I grabbed a couple Cheez-Its because I filled them a snack bag for when they're hunting. Wavy Lays and hummus. I have not tried that. Having Wavy Lays and dip. What's your favorite dip? Since we're talking about chips, what's your favorite dip? My favorite dips are the Buffalo Ranch chicken dip. The Buffalo Ranch chicken dip. I make it all the time. And then, have you all ever bought the ranch packets and mixed them with the sour cream? Oh my gosh, they're especially if you eat them with barbecue chips. So good. French onion. I like French onion. Salt and vinegar is another one of my favorites. And it kind of goes back to like the original Lay's, like thin chip. I love it. French onion dip's where it's at. It is good, French onion dip. But yeah, I love me some tater chips. I don't know who said chips. Misty said chips. Oh, they're so good. So much so that I've been trying to like come up with like a healthier alternative that we like. I made cucumber chips. And I liked them at first. But then I made a second batch and it wasn't as good. And I mixed the second batch with the first batch because I thought they would taste the same. But they didn't. And now I don't like them because they all taste like that second batch. But Lakin's been eating them. Has anybody tried making like, go lay down, making potato chips in the dehydrator? And I'm telling my dog to lay down because he thinks that he needs attention every time I'm on the thing. And he doesn't have to go to the bathroom. He just went outside. So he's literally being bad on purpose. Has anybody tried to make potato chips in the dehydrator? I haven't done it. We didn't have a very good potato crop this year. And so I didn't really want to waste my potatoes on like experimental stuff. And now what's left of the potatoes are the tiny ones. And they're starting to get soft, so. I need to stir my chili. Hold on. Since we're talking about chili and food, did she like them, Ark? Or did you all like them? Did it turn out well? Since we're talking about food, do y'all like spicy chili or not spicy chili? And do you all put noodles in your chili or do you put beans in your chili? Because it's different. I'd say Ark makes his chili the way, probably similar to how we do. Ark, do y'all put noodles in your chili? I'm a no noodle girl. I make chili like my dad. My dad's from Missouri. So that's probably... I figured. I figured you made it similar to... Probably similar to my dad. Because I make my dad's recipe. And He's from Missouri, so. I figured it was the same. I don't like noodles in my chili. I know it's like a filler. I know people do it to like fill the chili to like make it stretch, but I just really don't like it. They get mushy, and the best day to eat chili is the second day, you know. And you put noodles in it, and like, how you gonna eat it the second day when the noodles are all swelled up and mush? Eric, you don't put no noodles? You said beans. What kind of beans do y'all use in your chili? You use chili beans, like y'all buy the can that's got the chili seasoning in them. You use like kidney beans, black beans. I like using a mix. Oh, deer chili. I'd love to be having some deer chili right now. We're having regular old beef. I'd love to be having some deer chili right now. If you're wondering, we haven't got a deer. Haven't got a deer yet. So, that's fun. Season's coming to an end. I told Andy, for Kentucky, the youth season, I think the last day is the 31st of December. That's how I said we're going to have to take her out, see if she can get us a deer. That's what we put in ours too, Eric. Except, every once in a while I'll put some black beans in it if I'm feeling fancy. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll put some black beans in it. But I like it spicy. I like my chili spicy. I dehydrate my cayennes, as a lot of you know. If you've ever looked in my kitchen, which I've taken them down, but I had cayennes hanging in my kitchen, and I let them dry, and then once they're dry, I put them in a container, and I save them specifically for chili. So I take cayennes and I crush them up in my little thingy. I don't know what it's called. And I make a powder. And then the chunks. So y'all need to wear a mask. Goggles if you can. Because I did a video of it. I don't even think I posted the video because it got all messed up. But you will burn. It will burn your face off. Listen. I woke up and I could breathe finally. I can breathe finally. But I hang up the cayennes. I have some that are in peppers, you know, like whole peppers. I crush them up in like a food processor. It's not a food processor because I'm a poor girl. It's got a little tiny one. But but I crush them up. I take the powder and I put it into a shaker. And then the chunks, I put them into a shaker. And so the powder I use for like making taco seasoning, chili seasoning, things like that. The chunks I use to just put in everything. And then the whole peppers I use to put them in like soups. Specifically chili. But they're good in other stuff too. Can't eat spicy much anymore. I'm having... Listen, say no more. Say no more, Eric. Literally. Say no more. I have IBS. And I still kill myself. I still kill myself. Listen, I eat stuff, and as I'm eating it, I'm like, I'm gonna be dead. I will eat it, and within the hour, it has done drained my body. Probably TMI, but it's the truth. But I don't care. I don't care. It's not good unless my eyes are watering, my nose is running, and my mouth is on fire. It's not good unless it's all of those things. I love to feel the burn when I'm eating some chili. I need it to light me up. I even put all that stuff in it and then put hot sauce on top of it. But the peanut, a good way to flush out the pipes. But I'm not going to say what I'm ready to say. I'm not going to say what I'm ready to say. Listen, we don't have to call no plumber around here. No plumber needed. Fresh sage and cayenne homemade. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, that sounds good. There's a local butcher around here. And he makes it's summer sausage with deer meat. Burn it out. Are you okay? Probably not. He makes summer sausage. It's pepper jack with pepper jack cheese in it. I ain't tried it, but just the sound of it sounds good to me. So I'd eat it. 100%. Eric, is Jennifer nearby? Let me know when she's close. I gotta tell her something. Jennifer, are you on here? Jalapeno summer sausage. That sounds so good. Listen, Jennifer. I'm trying to talk Andy into bringing me a coon home. That way I can make some coon for supper. Eric said she is. I'm trying. You sent me that book. You sent me a picture of your book that you got the other day. And it had raccoon tomato something on it. I don't know if I'm going to do it like that. But if he brings me a coon home, I need you to send me pictures. Maybe I should fry it. If I'm going to try raccoon for the first time, how do you all think I should cook it? You think I should cook it fancy? You think I should put it in the crock pot? You think I should fry it? What do y'all think I should do? She said, absolutely. Bake. Have you had it, Ark? You seem like a guy that would eat coon. Have you had raccoon? Crock pot. She says crock pot. Crock pot makes it tender. Baked, I feel like it could dry out. It would probably take a lot of fat. Are they lean? Does anybody know if raccoon is a lean meat? With like mushrooms. I don't eat no mushrooms, girl. No mushrooms. About as close as I'll get to mushrooms is like cream and mushroom soup. Ain't nobody in this house eat mushrooms. Listen, we will eat raccoon, but we will not eat mushrooms. Unless they're like grown in the wild mushrooms. We do eat like any other mushroom besides those old nasty ones they put on pizza. We like daggone it, what? I'd really like to try some lion mane's mushroom. Ark, did I see a video you had the other day of a lion's mane? Oh, really? So they have a lot of fat? Well, then they probably would be really good baked. If they have a lot of fat. I'm thinking thinking they'd be like rabbit or you know, squirrel or something, where it's not much fat. I haven't come up upon many animals out in the wild that actually have any fat on them. But raccoons, I mean, I guess. If he, well, I told him to bring me a good young coon. Like if he can come up on like a juvenile. Obviously they're big right now. Lion's mane. I want to try a lion's mane. We're talking about cooking raccoon. Cooking raccoon is what we're talking about. I want to try raccoon for the first time. I've never tried it. And we were talking about the best way to cook it. So I told him to bring me, if he's going to get me one, I told him to bring me a good, you know, like juvenile, which obviously during raccoon season, the fall into the winter, at least in Kentucky, it's not, the juveniles are not like babies or nothing. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. They're not babies, so. But I don't want no like boar or sow that's just, you know, tough. And I know a lot of people would like get possum. See, that's something else I'm gonna try, some possum. I know a lot of people, they'll clean them out, but a raccoon doesn't really need cleaned out, especially in the wintertime. Would you think? Do you think a raccoon would need cleaned out with like corn? Oh, there's a big old spoon I'm eating off of. This is a serving spoon. They don't. Interesting. Have you tried them any other way? I know you said you've eaten them a lot. Have you tried them any other way than baked? And are they ribby? Are they ribby like squirrel and rabbit? This just don't taste very good without crackers. I don't think there's any more. It's where the pickles are gone. There's no more pickles and that's it for me. When the pickles are gone, that's it. Can't eat it no more. Why didn't I put any? I didn't even put no cayenne in that. I was worried about getting on live with y'all and I forgot to put cayenne in there. I just realized it. Do you all remember? I guess I still make them. Back in the day when I was a teenager. I guess some of you all know, probably a lot of you don't though. I left home really, really early. I was 16. And so a 16-year-old can't afford much. And I used to buy those like tuna packs. What brand? It was like Fisher. That's not Fisher. I don't know. I don't know what brand it is. But they come in like the aluminum like packs and it's like tuna. And at first it was just like plain tuna. And I guess they got really popular. And they started... I got tuna in my teeth, guys. They started making like different... Is it flavors? I don't know. Different... flavors doesn't sound like the right word for that, but it probably is. I don't know. But they would make like different kinds. And so there was like spicy and... Maybe it was like ranch. I can't remember what all they were. But they were so daggone good, especially on a poor girl budget. So I would eat those every day for lunch. And then usually come home and have a ramen for supper. So that is a teenage poor girl life. That's what you call that. But yeah, back in the day. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? With those ramen packets, or not ramen packets, the tuna packets. I've always loved tuna, and my husband, when he eats tuna, he has to have it with something else. Like He makes like prison food, is what I call it. He makes like, well, actually, we call it ramen surprise. And it's literally like prison food. Pizza bites and Hot Pockets were my food when I was a teen, lol. That's too poor for them. And my mom worked at Nestle. She worked at a Nestle factory when I was a kid. And the amount, I guess where there's a Nestle factory close to us, the amount of people that have worked at Nestle and said they will not eat Hot Pockets was, even if I could have afforded them, there ain't no way. There's no way. There's no way I could eat a Hot Pocket now. I never heard anything like nasty about it. Like, you know, like some company you hear like people like, you know, losing a finger in the food. Nothing like that, but just like they said it was just really gross watching them be made. So I don't know. So I never did I never did do the Hot Pockets. I never did. She wouldn't even bring them home to us. I think like 1 or 2 times when she first started working there, she would bring them home because they would, you know, like have them where, you know, employees could bring them home or whatever. But then once she was there for an extended period of time, she no longer brought them home. And so the Nestle Hot Pockets is just something. So people don't eat those around here. They probably don't eat them in other areas where there's a Nestle factory. If there's one close by, you know, there's a lot of people in factories and you hear stuff. So we don't eat those. Which, like, everything is owned by Nestle now. Everything. They own like the chocolate syrup, like the Nesquik chocolate syrup. They've got a water. I don't know what else they own. I had seen like a picture on Facebook the other day, and it was like the branches of the major companies, the major food companies in our area, or, you know, like in the United States, and then like those major companies, what those companies own, and then those companies, what those companies own. And it was kind of crazy, you know, like how like Johnson & Johnson owns all kinds of stuff. It's kind of crazy, but it's the truth. You would think that would be a monopoly. You would think they wouldn't be able to buy up all of that. But it's the U.S. I guess anything goes. Am I cloudy on your all side? I'm going to wipe the camera. Did that make it better or worse? Sound like the people at the eye doctors. Better or worse? Better or worse? How's that? Did that even change anything? I think it's on my end. Am I blurry on your all's end? Okay, good. All right. So, I don't know what else there is to talk about. What is everybody's plans for Christmas? Do you all travel for Christmas, or do you stay close to home? So, our plans usually are Christmas Eve we have with my husband's family. And then Christmas Day we have here at the house. And you stay home. I know a lot of people, I don't know. I guess it's like, it just depends. So, like, usually, maybe some years, especially when Laken was little, we would spend the night at his mom's house the day before Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Eve, she would have a big dinner, and we would open, you know, our presents at her house, and then later that evening we would leave, and it would like kill the time, you know, before Christmas. So your kids are not, you know, like your kids are not like asking when they get to open their Christmas presents, because they're opening Christmas presents the day before with family, and then you get in late, and then you just give them a bath, put them straight to bed. And so that always worked for us when she was little. And then, which we don't put a big emphasis, and I know it's different from home to home, and I don't look down on other people for doing it this way, but we don't put a big emphasis on, well, I don't know, these people that's got younger kids, and I don't want to say anything out loud on this video, but we don't do a traditional Christmas, I guess is the way to. Our Christmas is more religious based, so we don't do any men dressed in red. I'll just say it that way. That way, everybody knows what I'm talking about. We never have. Well, actually, maybe. Yeah, we never have. We never have. And so she's never, it's just never been a thing. And some people would think that like takes magic out of Christmas, but she never wanted it. It scared her. She never wanted it. And so we never did it. We never did him, if you know what I mean. And so it's never been like, we've always just put the presents underneath the tree as we got them. It was never anything huge, I guess, in this house. I don't know. That's just how we did it. And so she's older now. And it's just, we just make it more about family. It's more just about family. Like, we give gifts, but it's more just about family. I had a live the other night, and I'm just not big on like buying gifts for people. Like, I'm not. Like, I love making stuff for people. I love like hand picking out gifts for people. I love like going to thrift stores and antique stores and finding stuff that I know people will love and buying those things. But I don't like just running to the Walmart or the Target and just buying something brand new and shiny for somebody to put in their closet or take back. I don't like that. I don't like doing it. And so that's why my husband does the Christmas shopping. He even does the Christmas shopping for our child. Like last year, I don't think I bought but maybe 2 things for anybody. He did all of it. And because I'm just not big on the commercial Christmas. I'm just not big. I'm just not big on just buying something because it's shiny and new and blah, 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 blah. Because majority of the time, somebody is not going to use it. And I don't like shopping in general. And so Christmas is just not my holiday. And us being in church and stuff, we talk about it being Christ's birthday and things like that. And really, honestly, it's probably not Christ's birthday. It's just the time that we celebrate it. And so, we talk about all of that, but it's never been about the Christmas man, I'm going to say it that way, and it's never been about buying gifts for us, and we've never made it around that. And so we usually have more fun decorating for it than we do, I don't know. But we do play like fun games with the family, and we just trying to make it like more family oriented than it is about buying gifts. And I know a lot of people love buying gifts. Like, I know a lot of people love shopping. I know a lot of people love getting gifts for other people, but I don't. And it's my house, so I can do what I want. So that's just what we do. But we do, like I said, we do spend time with family. So the New Year's Eve we spend with his family. Christmas Day she opens her gifts here. We have family come over to our house, or we'll go to other family members' house after she spent time with her gifts or whatever she got, and she plays with whatever she plays with. She is into collecting the shellac and the briar horses, and so usually she gets something shellac or briar related, and so she has a special area for her collection and things like that. And so that's typically what she plays with, and then we'll usually meet up with family. Last year we went to the Chinese restaurant with some family, and that's what we did. That's how we spent Christmas. And to me, that sounds like a better Christmas than worrying about like whether somebody's gonna like their gift or not. So that's what we do. We haven't bought the first thing, Eric. And we usually don't. Like, we usually don't buy anything until like the week of Christmas. So if somebody gets a Christmas, if some of my family and friends are listening right now, and and you're wondering what you're getting for Christmas, I don't know. You don't know. Neither one of us know. And I probably won't even be there when it's bought. Andy does the shopping. Andy is a last minute kind of guy. And so he gets you Christmas presents. And they probably bought 2 days before Christmas. Maybe the week before Christmas, but that's about it. My family don't talk to me anymore, so that's fun. We got the same thing within our family group too, buddy. We shop for needs for Christmas. Yeah. I don't know. And it's like the older I get, I really want Christmas to be special. Like, don't you all think Christmas used to be more special when we were kids? Don't you think it was? I feel like since the 90s, even like the early 2000s, it didn't feel like it is now. Like, Christmas doesn't even feel like Christmas anymore. I haven't even put up a Christmas tree, guys. I don't even have a Christmas tree out. Don't plan to put up a Christmas tree. There's like like you said, there's no magic to it anymore. There's no magic to it anymore. And to me, it feels like work. Why does it feel like work? Why has it become work? Like a lot, I don't know. It's just like, back in the day when you used to make something for somebody for the holidays or for Christmas or something, it was like, you loved it. Like, it wasn't a job. It wasn't, I don't know. Christmas is ruined. They have ruined it. They have ruined Christmas. I don't know who did it. I don't know who they is, but they ruined it. And I'm not a big fan of Christmas anymore. Do you think it's because we're old? Do you feel like your kids think Christmas is magical still? Because I don't feel like mine does. And I don't know if it's just my point, if I have ruined it for her, or if somebody else has ruined it. Social media ruins a lot of things. They are the they. They are the they. That's who it is. Social media's fault. I think a lot of it, too, is just, even just a couple years ago, we weren't, like, listening to Christmas music in August. August comes around, and it's Christmas. And Mr. Scrooge. August comes around, and it's Christmas. And I hate that. I despise the people. Not the people. I despise when people start decorating for Christmas in October. I despise it. Christmas is in December. Thanksgiving is in November. October is fall time. You got September and October. You can decorate with your little pumpkins and your scarecrows. And then Thanksgiving comes around. You can decorate with your pumpkins. And you can still, keep the same kind of vibe. You know what? Actually, in September and October, you can decorate for your Halloween. Then you can decorate for fall in November. Okay? For fall in November. Christmas is in December. Christmas is in December. That's when it is. It's not in October. It's not in October. And it doesn't really bother me as bad if like people are decorating for it in November because it's close enough, But October is not Christmas. I don't want to see your Santas or your Christmas lights or your Christmas trees up in October. I don't want to see it. You're ruining Christmas for me and a lot of other people. You're ruining it. And so I hate it. And I feel like those are the people that have sucked the joy out of Christmas for me. And I've allowed them to do it. But I don't think we need Christmas trees up in October. I don't think so. I don't think we do. I don't think we need to be seeing Santas and Christmas trees. And you know what? Y'all can do whatever you want. If you want to have it up in October, I'm just saying. I've got a strong opinion on it, and I feel like those are the people that have ruined Christmas. I feel like those are the people that have ruined it. They have taken the magic out of it because December is when the magic happens. December is when it's Christmas time, okay? October's not it. Y'all are taking your kids out to trick or treat with your Christmas tree, lighting up. See, back in the day, if you were going to give out candy, you would leave your porch light on. Y'all got Christmas trees in your windows, and that's lighting up to let the trick or treaters know that you got candy. And I can't do it. Strong feelings against it. I don't think they have the magic feel like we did when we grew up. No, they don't. You'd hate me then. It lights up in tree 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. That ain't too bad. It's just, don't want to do it in 20 degrees. How I feel about snow. I would be happy to never see it again. We got snow last night, and it was about an inch and a half. And we didn't head out to the farm until about 1:30, and it was pretty much gone. But yeah, I'm a snow on Christmas Day, don't want it the rest of the time kind of girl. It snowed twice here. Not put up a tree in a long time. Listen, we didn't have, okay, so 3 years ago, I told Andy I was going to sell my I had 2 artificial trees. I was going to give those away. And we were going to go out and cut our own tree. I told him that 3 years ago. And so 3 years ago, we go out in the woods to try to find a tree. Could not find a tree. Couldn't. And it was like we went out 3 different times and could not find, like, we couldn't even find a decent tree, not even just a decent tree. We couldn't find one. Like, it was like they were like this tall or that tall. I don't know what happened to them. And so just couldn't find one. It was like either massive or tiny. There was no in between. So he goes down the road with my father-in-law, and they found a tree. So they bring it in. It's all good. Okay. The next year we're like, we're going to cut a Christmas tree down this year. Weeks went by. Could not find a tree. We ended up taking 2 limbs off of a tree and tying them together, and that was the Christmas tree. That was the Christmas tree of, 2023. No, 2022. That was the Christmas tree of 2022. 2 limbs tied together. That was the Christmas tree. In a coffee bucket. Okay, that was the Christmas tree. It sat on a table. It was probably, I don't know, like from my waist to my head tall. And so 2023 rolls around, and we're like, the artificial or the real tree is not working. The real tree is not working, so we're going to have to get an artificial tree. Okay, so I told him, I was like, if we get an artificial tree, I just want something, I want a pencil tree. I want something skinny, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, we are procrastinators. So we waited until every tree was gone at Lowe's, and he had to buy what was left. And it was like $100 tree that was pre-lit, had a little button, a little remote that went with it, and you could change the trees. Okay, it was cute. Not what I wanted. It was too big, but we put it up last year. Okay, he spent $100 on a tree, and this year I'm not even going to put it up. This year we're treeless. This year, I don't want to say for 100% because I don't want to be a liar, but I have no intention of putting it up. I don't have an intention of putting even up the first Christmas decoration. I am literally worse than the Grinch. I'm the Scrooge. And I've probably ruined Christmas. And I thought about it, the other day. I was talking to my mom, and I was like, am I going to ruin her Christmas, my daughter's Christmas, for not putting up a Christmas tree? Am I going to ruin it? And then I thought, is she going to remember this forever? She very well might. She might remember it. But am I willing to put it up? I don't think so. I've weighed out my options, and I really I'm a Scrooge this year. I have zero Christmas spirit. The Christmas songs came on the radio, and I turned them off. I have a fall wreath. My Thanksgiving wreath is still up on my door. And I never would have thought I was like that. Is it because I'm chipper? Is it because I'm a chipper person? Here's the thing, is I don't know if it's just because if it's just because I don't know if it's seasonal depression. It very well could be seasonal depression, or it could just be that like Christmas is just not the same anymore. I don't know. I don't want to be a Scrooge. Like I don't want to be a Scrooge, and I don't want to ruin my daughter's Christmas. And so, but also like it seems like so much work. Like I remember when putting up a Christmas, like when she was little, I would put a whole full size 6-foot Christmas tree in the living room and put a whole size 6-foot Christmas tree in her bedroom. And I would like last year I decked my whole house out. Like our toilet even was decorated for Christmas. I had it decorated for Christmas, you know, like our toilet. Like but this year it just seems like more than I can handle. I don't know why. Is it seasonal depression? Am I experiencing seasonal depression? Let me see, just have a fake one. I don't have the patience for real one. Plus, I'd be polarized, catch fire. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, people's houses burn at Christmas time. I think about that a lot. Um, um, I think about it a lot. And about people's houses burning and stuff, and that makes me really, really sad. And I think that a lot of it, I don't know, it's really sad. I probably shouldn't go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. I don't know. It might be seasonal depression. I wish that but it's like my husband is not like all going, and he loves having the house decorated. He loves it when I decorate for Christmas, and he hasn't said the first thing about it. Like he hasn't said, I told him, I said, y'all ain't getting no Christmas tree this year. I'm not decorating for Christmas. And he never like batted, he laughed. But he didn't bat an eye about it. He didn't say, oh, you know, I wish you would. Or he didn't say, well, I will. And she hasn't said anything about it either. She's not said, Mom, let's put up the Christmas. Well, she has. She has. I take that back. She has asked me 3 times. And I said, we're probably not going to do a tree this year. That's what I said. I can't stand seeing it in the store so early, but enjoy seeing all the lights on people's homes, and all the excited, happy children brings back memories. Yeah. Yeah, I love like going and driving and seeing Christmas lights, and I haven't even wanted to do that this year. I sound awful. No, if I get it out, I gotta decorate it. Got OCD. And I don't know, I don't know if we're the only family that does this. Y'all let me know if the other families do this. Which my husband's house burnt when he was a child, when he was a teen. And so they lost all of like ornaments and stuff from his childhood. But he has a few from like when he was a teen, when people got him. And I try to buy him an ornament every year. But the tradition in our family was that every year, like there was 3 of us, each child had a theme, and we would get an ornament in that theme every year. So mine was angels, my sister's was Santa, and my brother's was the Nutcrackers. And so every year for still probably, let's see, 18. My mom probably bought me one every year up until I was 18. And yours was tractors. Big surprise. This is my shocked face. I love that. That's so sweet. But everybody had, we all had a theme. And we would get, like 18 years worth of ornaments. And so mine was angels, like I said. My sister's was Santa. My brother was the Nutcrackers. And so from the time we were, even before I was born, we have an ornament that my mom figured out she was pregnant with me, and she got me an ornament. I was born in January. And so she got me an ornament, December. before I was even born, and it says Kenzie's first ornament, and then my one after I was born says Kenzie's second first ornament. So, and that was the year, that was the year I was born. And then the year before I was born. So anyways, all that to say that I have 18 years worth of ornaments that we would put on our Christmas tree. And so we did that for my daughter. And then so every year she gets an ornament from us. She gets an ornament from my mother. And then my mother-in-law gets her an ornament too. So this is her ornament from my mother-in-law this year. And it's so cute. This is the only Christmas decoration I have, and it's because she gave it to me back in October. It's got little 2024 on it, and then watch. Look how cute this is. It lights up. So cute. And so, anywho, we've never stuck with a theme for Lakin. But of course I mark them down, obviously, so that we always know that they're hers. But so when I moved out of the house and got married, my mom gave me my Christmas ornaments, and so I have 18 Christmas. Well, she got me. I got a few more that are mine now since then, but I had 18 Christmas ornaments when me and my husband got married, and now we've got Lakin's ornaments and a few of my husband's that my mother-in-law gave me a couple years back. I think it was 2 years ago, that were his when he was little. There's not many of them left, like I said, because their house burned. But, and then, hers. And so if I put up the Christmas tree, I'm definitely going to put up the special ornaments. And there's a lot of them. Because, there's 18 of mine. Then there's his that I get him every year. And then the few that he has from his childhood. And then her ornaments. And she's got, she's got quite a few. So let me see. We got ornaments when we bought our house. It says our first Christmas in our new home. Oh, so sweet. Nice. We put it in our living room. Put that in your living room. Problem solved. Christmas tree. We'll just put the ornaments around the bottom of it. We all got when we bought our house. All we got when we bought our house was a coffee mug. At least it was a Yeti. I cried when my mom gave them to me, which I was pregnant. That probably had something to do with it, but I was pregnant. We got married when I was 19. I was pregnant at 18. So we got when she gave them to me, it was 18 years, and I was 18 years old, and I cried when she gave them to me. They mean so much to me. Honestly, like the things, I don't know if everybody else has thought about this, but if your house is on fire, like you're going to get your animals out, you're going to you're going to make sure your child and your husband's out, and then the ornaments is my next thing. Like, those ornaments are my childhood. Like that's it. Like, if there was the one thing that I would save, it would be my ornaments and her ornaments, because they're in the same box. So if the house burnt, that's it. Besides like making sure everybody, all the humans and the animals are safe, it's the ornaments. That's how much they mean to me. So, that would be it. But I don't know. Talking about it with you all kind of makes me feel like I need to put up a Christmas tree. Kind of makes me feel like I'm a Scrooge. I'm being a Scrooge, ain't I? I could put up the Christmas tree. Maybe while they're gone, I should decorate for Christmas. You think I should? Everybody vote. While they're gone hunting, y'all think I should decorate for Christmas? Can you add a poll? Let's add a poll. I'm going to add a poll and let you all vote. That'll be fun. Should I decorate? Start poll. Vote. He said, please put up the tree. I should. I should put it up. I should decorate. It made me feel better telling you all, though. Now that I've talked it out, I feel better. It's probably seasonal depression. That's what it is. Let's see. One person has voted. It's probably seasonal depression. Don't you hate that? Does anybody? I know Eric does. I know Eric suffers with seasonal depression. Frank, do you suffer with seasonal depression? Last year I did so good. I didn't let it get the best of me last year. And I thought, well, I didn't think. It's hard because like seasonal depression hits in the holidays. Like it hits when you're supposed to be, doing good. It hits when you're like having to be around people, but you actually don't want to be around people. I hate that I'm like that. I hate that it hits when, like the good times are supposed to be rolling in. I'm glad you don't suffer with it because it's rough. It's rough. I know a lot of people that do suffer with it. And a couple years ago, it was my seasonal depression, which I don't want to sound like I'm whining about it, but it's rough. My seasonal depression a couple years ago was so bad that I couldn't even leave the house. And I would just lay around the house all day in my PJs and just cry. Like at nighttime, I would just cry so much. And I guess I've had seasonal depression before, and I just I was able to fight through it, but a couple years ago I didn't have the strength. Like the year before last, not last winter, but the last winter before that, I didn't have the strength. I didn't have the strength to fight through it. And I remember my husband begging me. He was like, please get out of the house. You've got to get out of the house. You've got to get out of the house. You've got to get out of the house. And a major part of seasonal depression is actually the lack of sunlight that we need. And we need the sun, and we don't have the sun in the wintertime. And so it's it happens, it happens. But my issue with me is that my seasonal depression lasts into the spring. And so, or it did a couple years ago. And I guess that was my first bout with seasonal depression, that it was paralyzing. And this year I didn't feel like it got, terribly the best of me. I felt like I had, a little grip on it. But after talking to you all, I feel like I don't. I feel like I'm being a Scrooge when I shouldn't be. So, I don't know. Looks like 100% of you voted that I should put up the Christmas tree, or at least decorate. No, the cure to depression: buy a tractor. I ain't got the moolah to buy a tractor. We done bought one. We done got one. We done got that one this spring. That's it. That's all we got storage for. He put the bucket on it today. He took the mower off, the finishing mower, and he put the bucket on it today. So, and of course I don't know if y'all know that or not, but we park it in the garage. That way it stays out of the weather. That way it stays, good. Hi, how are you? You're the person that asked about my chicken and dumpling recipe. Have you checked that video out yet? I'm going to let the dog out to go potty real quick, and then I'll be right back. Have you checked out the chicken pot pie recipe? Or not pot pie. Chicken and dumpling recipe. You might have a surprise. Go. What's your surprise? Oh, I know what your surprise is. If you haven't checked out that video, I never printed the recipe out in the video because I don't know why I didn't do it. He said, "Is it a tractor?" Are you getting a tractor for Christmas, Eric? He said, "Yeah." Farmall. I was getting ready to ask if it was a Farmall. I haven't been on the tractor in a while. So, I don't know. I told you all a while back ago that our four-wheeler broke down. And of course we use our four-wheeler like a lot. Or we did. So it broke down. And what happened is it would leak gas. And we thought it was the overflow. And we checked that out. And was it the carburetor? We got something changed on it. And we took it to the shop, right? $200. The guy, we went to pick it up. The screen was messed up on it. You know, like where it tells you how much gas, speed, you know, whether you're in what gear you're in, blah, 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 blah. The screen was messed up and it's digital. And my husband told him, he said, listen, he said, when we dropped this tractor off, or when we dropped this four-wheeler off, we didn't have an issue with that. And we didn't have an issue with that. And he said, I'm not taking it home like that. And so we dropped it off, and he's like, I'm not taking it home like that. And he's like, well, I'll get it put on for you. Well, 2 days later, they call us, and we're not there, or they call my father-in-law, and we're not there, and they drop it off, and the screen is broke on it. So it runs constantly. The screen runs constantly, and now the gear shift is completely broke. So when they brought it back, the screen was running. And the screen was running, and it wouldn't, at first it was going into gear, but then you put it in reverse and it wouldn't get out of reverse, or you put it in low and it would read that it was in high, or you put it in high and it'd read that it was in low, or it wouldn't get in reverse or whatever. And so by the end of it, we had to just put it up. And nobody got on it for a while. And then we started realizing that the screen was running, the light of the screen was running even without the key in it. Whether it was turned on, whether the key was pulled out, it was still running. And so the battery is completely dead on it now because the screen is running constantly. And my husband got on it the other day, started it up. He got the battery on, started it up, went to put it in gear, and the whole gear shift just flopped over. And so we spent $200 for somebody to fix the overflow on our four-wheeler for them to break it. They broke the screen on it. I'm going to guess they broke the electronics inside the screen on top of breaking the gear shift. Brand new four-wheeler. It's like a 2000, let's see, probably a 2020, probably a 2020, can't think of the name of it, Polaris. We bought it off a guy that had cancer, and he ended up passing away. Before he passed away, the four-wheeler was just sitting. He wasn't able to get on it, and he had bought it before he got cancer, or maybe even while he had cancer, and he wasn't able to get on it, and so it sat. And what happened was the seal was messed up, and so the seal needed replaced for the overflow or whatever. And that was the only thing that was wrong with this four-wheeler. And what would happen is when we would, we would just turn off the gas, so that way it wouldn't leak out the gas while it was, sitting. And so when we would get on it, we would turn on the gas, and when we get off, we turn off the gas. And it wasn't that major of a deal, but like if it's only going to cost $200 to get it fixed, we'll just get it fixed. But we sent it to get fixed, and they broke more than what was broken on it. All that needed fixed was the seal. The pan needed drained. The seal needed fixed. That's it. And it comes to us with more broke on it than it went, and it's so aggravating because what do you do? I don't want to send it back. We don't want to send it back to them. Ain't no way. And here's the thing: is when we dropped it off, when my husband went to pick it up, when they said that it was fixed, he said the screen, that said something's wrong with the screen. He said, I'm not taking it home like that. And that guy was like, well, these Polarises do that. And he said there wasn't nothing wrong with the screen to begin with. And I wish with everything in me we would have took a video before we sent it there, before it was worked on. But these are people that we trusted. You know, like these are neighbors that have a company. I mean, we've bought our lawnmower off of them. We bought the tractor off of them. You know, they're like local people that have worked on a bunch of people's equipment, but we've bought equipment off of them that's been really good. You know, like it was brand new, but it's been good. And that's what they're known for, is like selling tractors and lawnmowers and then working on four-wheelers. And so I wish for anything in me that we would have took a video of it working, because I know if we go back to them and say, you all messed this up, they're going to say that it was like that to begin with. And I know it wasn't. And when they brought it back, like I said, we weren't there. And my father-in-law went and got it. And we weren't there. And when they brought it back, there was water in the screen and everything. So I think that they took our screen off, left it out in the wet, and it ruined the screen. And then he tried to say, it was pretty much like he was hinting towards, when my husband said that it wasn't like that, he was hinting towards the fact that it was like that when we got it. And, you know, I don't know. It's really aggravating. You didn't watch the whole video. It's okay. Yeah, it's a shame. I always try to work on things myself. It's much easier to fix it. Yeah. Well, give me just a second. Yeah, that's the thing, is Andy worked on it. And he's not super familiar with like working on four-wheelers. He had more dirt bikes when he was a kid than he did have four-wheelers, and he's not super familiar with working on them. He always does all of our vehicle work and stuff. Or actually, our truck broke down the day before Christmas Eve, or the day before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Eve, and he worked on it. He can work on vehicles. He's real handy when it comes to that, but he's not familiar with Polaris. He's not familiar with, you know, super familiar with working on four-wheelers. And then when it comes to the screen stuff, when it comes to like wiring up stuff and things like that, he said, I just don't know how to do it. And if it was, like I said, if it was only going to cost us $200 and it was people that we were familiar with, it was people we bought equipment off of before, you know, we just trusted them. And that's the biggest issue. When you trust people, it's like they want to take advantage of you every single time. And so, I was looking at getting a 07 Grizzly. A co-worker got back. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like this was a brand new, it only had like, I'd say like 50 hours on it. A brand new four-wheeler. Brand new, like literally 50 hours on it. And that, it's aggravating. It's aggravating because like, how much it's going to cost us way over $200 to replace what they broke. You know, it's going to be aggravating. Yeah, new stuff isn't. I really think though the issue with, the main issue is Polaris. There ain't many people that's got anything good to say about Polaris, but I think that where it's sat, see, the guy had it for, you know, he had it for 2 years. He got it brand new, you know, didn't drive it. Actually, it had a rat's nest in it when we got it, where it had sat in the, you know, like his storage building, and the rats had got in it, which the rats didn't destroy anything. They had just, you know how like the seats come up, they had made a nest in there, but there wasn't any damage. In it or anything like that. It had, I guess it was mice, not rats. But anyways, it had just sat, and those seals had dried out. And if you've ever had, which I'm sure both of you all are men, so you know what I'm talking about. If anything sits for an extended period of time and it's not, you know, got stuff pumping like oil and gasoline and stuff like that pumping through it, it's just going to dry them seals out. And that's what happened. It just dried the seals out and needed the seals replaced. And, you know, we were just going to pay somebody to fix it. That way we didn't have to fool with it, is what it boiled down to. We just didn't want to fool with it. Andy wasn't super familiar with him. He probably could have watched some YouTube videos and figured it out. But, you know, it was a trusted person that, well, it was someone we thought we could trust to do it. So, that happened. I had a Grizzly 400 and it works great. Thought it would be too small, but it's never let me out. I'm unfamiliar with the Grizzly. Very nice. I heard a lot of good about them. Yeah, new stuff isn't reliable. I completely agree with you there. Well, guys, I've been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'll let y'all talk for a second because I know y'all are talking. But I guess I'm going to get the Christmas decorations out and decorate a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it. I guess you live and you learn. Like I said, we usually work on everything. We usually work on everything. We always do everything ourselves. But, you know, is what it is. I guess y'all are done talking about. I don't want to cut you all off. But I think you all are done. I'm not sure. I'm going to give you all a minute. But I appreciate everybody that's popped on here. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you all for being so supportive. Thank you guys for talking me into decorating. I had fun hanging out. I gotta go. Bed, gotta get up at 3. Alright, guys. Thank you all. Thanks, Eric, so much for being my mod. Tell Jennifer I said goodnight. Alright, bye, y'all. Thanks so much. See y'all on the next one. Bye.